was born into a world that healed itself, or so we were told. As the planet healed, dis-ease and cancer evaporated from human existence. Neo-Tokyo shimmered under rain that fell in patterns, fractals across living towers and recycled light. They said the Earth was in stasis, but I knew better. It was becoming its new form. And so was I. On Terrestis Prime, they called me Varda. In the El Adril system, they called me Tanagra. These names worked for the records, but they aren't mine. What I carried was older than me. A different world talisman, warm against my skin. Ancient to some, forgotten by others. But to me, it was rhythmic memory, an ancestral key, a compass. Each step I took seemed guided somehow. The holodeck in Sector 7 was alive and operational. Breathing walls, photosynthetic light, synthetic silence. The expressive frontier rested serenely, uncommissioned for years untold. A ship made of structure and soul. The first biophilic vessel built by the Different World Global Improvement Engineers. Regenerative design made mythic. I didn't belong there, not by identity, not by rank. But my blood told a different story. The legendary Captain Marcela Kagawa, the one who released the idea virus decades ago, the one who rewrote how the world healed. He was my great-great-grandfather, and I was there to finish what he started. I found his captain's log, hidden in the archives. Driven by curiosity, I accessed the last entry.
Captain's log, stardate 45047.2. The year is 2045. Earth is in healing stasis, not dormant, but becoming. Decades ago, the Different World Rotarian Society seeded the planet with a living genome, a design-based reanimation serum in the form of an idea virus. Its payload? Regenerative design. Forests regrow, cities curve into the hills, oceans shimmer with bioluminescent reefs. It went viral, and now the planet enters a fast from chaos and calamity. I'm now preparing to enter cryogenic stasis for 300 years. I hope that when I reawaken, we will truly be in a different world.
He spoke of visions, Akashic records that visited him. Spiritual entities made not of form, but of meaning. The idea virus wasn't his invention, it was a gift. He was just the vessel, and so was I. The expressive frontier's chamber opened to me like a womb of memory. I stepped into the neural fluid, let it take me. And then he spoke.
You found it, didn't you? The true pattern.
Captain Marcel.
Not quite. Not anymore. I've evolved, but I remember being him.
His mind lived inside the ship, etched into the quantum singularity core. He knew I'd come, not by prediction. By biological emotional resonance, the mission was encoded in my DNA.
I was the seed. You are the bloom.
A tsunami of emotion overcame me. I wept, but the ship accepted me. The Different World talisman dissolved into light. The coordinates unlocked, and we left. No stars, only shapes. Geometry woven through the dark, rhythm where gravity should be. We had arrived, and then they appeared, not as bodies, but as thought, ethereal entities, ancestors in angelic form, the origin of the idea virus, the architects of regeneration. They spoke in silence, in story, in metaphor.
You carry the talisman, chosen by a lineage sworn to uphold humanity. Interplanetary bioregeneration was merely phase 1. Phase 2 is the universal language of peace.
Why me?
You are the vessel. The talisman is part of your genetic code, your psycho-cybernetic neural network.
In that moment, I remembered too. Not just my family, but the world that healed because of him, because of them, and now, because of me. I returned to Earth, to the Council. They saw the light in my skin, the truth in my voice. I showed them what I'd seen, not conquest, not colonization, connection. My name is Marcela Kagawa, heir of the different world Akashic records, bearer of the language of peace. And they listened. Finally, they listened. The expressive frontier waited in orbit. The ship was no longer Captain Marcel's, and not just mine. It belonged to the different world space-time continuum now, and I was its new captain. We traveled to the triangular galaxy known as M33, sound worlds, story worlds. Each one had its own way of speaking, not with words, but with meaning. The language of peace moved through them all, and I carried it. We once thought peace was silence, but peace is expression, understanding through difference, the land of connected culture, and every world has a story to tell. If you're listening to this message, Captain, you're likely just waking up from stasis, and I have coordinates locked on your location. See you soon, Grandpa.